Oh boy.
Start the stream. Let's see if it goes through.
I'm just like kneeling.
I think it's live now.
For an hour.
Literally could have.
He's used to it.
Some books.
Hey.
Are we live?
I got a book.
A book.
Are we live?
For an hour.
Yes.
I think
yes,
we're
live.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Whoops,
Oh,
whoops,
I'm
whoops.
like reversed on the stream. I'm on the other corner.
We are
Oh,
live.
because if
Oh
on your
boy.
Hey,
own
guys.
stream, you're on the top.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, you two.
Yay! Okay, we're good.
What's
Nick
up?
is just gonna kneel. Okay, perfect. Welcome to ANITUBE CON 2020, everybody.
Whoa.
We are doing a panel for anime you should be watching in 2020. Of course, we're gonna cover anime that's already aired in 2020 because we're halfway through 2020 already. Holy shit. Yo, who do we have here? We got Danny,
Hey.
Nick on the floor,
Floor gang.
Floor gang represent.
There
I
you go.
mean, it works. It
and
works.
I'm Sam, and we're from Anime Summit. And then we have Ricky
What's up, y'all?
and
Thank you for coming to
Ethan,
class.
Yo.
and they're from the Weebology podcast.
What's good?
And
Glad
Legend
to be
Vash,
here.
Legend Vash from Anime Lately.
Correct. Yep. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's get this party started.
I'm so excited. And of course, links in the description for COVID Direct Relief Fund and Black Lives Matter charities. You can donate to both or either or spread the word and tell people that's what we're doing today. We're going to try and have a goal of $2,000 for each today, for today and tomorrow's all the panels. Also, be sure to join the Discord. There's going to be watch parties going on. Smash Brothers tournament later today.
on Twitch.
That's pretty dope. And then the panel after us is My Hero Season 5 Expectations and Manga Future Theory. And that's with the Real Kid Otaku, Aniki Smash, and Super G. So check that out after us, okay?
We'll be watching for sure.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, you can find the Tiltify links in the description below, okay? Dude, let's just start off with, and this list was updated today, thank God, or not today, but a couple days ago. Because when I had posted it wasn't updated since like middle of or end of April, beginning of May. But we have a list of delayed shows now, and most of these shows are like they're already coming back or they have already returned since like the end of May. But some of them are postponed until fall now.
Yeah.
So,
Some of
no.
them are even postponed till 2021 as well.
You hate to
Yeah.
see it. You hate to see it.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
so Slime Season 2 is 2021 in January.
Oh no.
That one hurt me bad.
It
I was
hurts
really
me.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I can wait for that.
Come on.
Danny, how did you have that on your top 50 and you're like, it's okay?
That's he's got
Right.
a point.
So the more that I talk about it, I think it's gonna bump off my top decade.
Insane. It's so good.
But the reason why it was on my top decade was because it was a little bit different and because I liked Slime. Like Slime was so OP. But then, like I
True.
said, the second half of Slime was just like he was just too overpowered. Like he had no obstacles and he had no challenges. So I'm just like,
But he was so wholesome about it.
can you have some like? Can you do something? Like, can you have a challenge? Can you struggle a little bit? Can you sweat?
Well, from what
I think
I've
he's
seen,
all sweat.
From what I've seen from season 2 and from what my partner, he told me there's some crazy shit that's about to happen in Slime season 2 where he's gonna struggle and he's gonna have his problems to deal with. So I'm excited for that, for Slime season 2 for that.
Sure, yeah. Then there's also we got a lot of people in chat going, not Slime.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's a few people in chat saying, damn it. And also the season 2 of the quintessential quintuplets.
That got me more sad.
Yeah, 2021,
Really?
January
Yeah.
2021.
Come on.
Yeah, I actually liked that.
That got me more sad.
Surprisingly.
It was more like, I don't know, that show's very heartwarming, you know, a guy that has to choose between 5 girls, but also
Yeah.
that he was in love when he was like as a child with one of them, but then he didn't know which one was which, but he never knew which one it was in the first season. But then you just want to see how everything wraps up in season 2, and they got delayed. I was so sad about that.
I
Yeah.
understand it. I understand it.
And then there's also So Digimon Adventure, I think, is already resumed. I think,
Yeah,
and same with Food Wars.
It comes back tomorrow on Saturday. It's gonna rerun episode 1, 2, 3 for the next couple of weeks. So the newest episode will be June 28th.
Same for Food Wars, right?
Food Wars, I don't know. I don't keep track of that because
the Food Wars, what I read was it was starting from episode 1 again and then doing the same thing. So, and then War of the Underworld for SAO, Alicization Part 2. I think that's like summer now.
Yeah, it's summer now, sadly, because that's the most that got me sad because I love SAO.
So here's the part that sucks, right?
Black Clover.
Yeah,
Black Clover. Oh no! That one hit Ethan. That one hit Ethan so hard. He was good all quarantine until that happened, and he was just like, "Nope, I'm in the void now. I'm in the void."
I'm happy Black Clover. Boruto. No. As a fan of Black Clover, I cover the manga.
Okay.
I did the anime and everything. But I'm happy that these yearly anime didn't break for Black Clover, Boruto, One Piece, because they always put out weekly shows that never take a break, and the production value always gets a big suffer. So for that to actually take a break, where they could probably have the manga go more weeks, go more months, and then the production maybe could improve where they don't have to rush it. Maybe this could be some type of a lesson for them.
Black Clover kind of slapped though, production value wise though. There was times.
It slaps sometimes when the episode or when the moments matter. But as for overall, it doesn't compare to any type of Kaguya-sama or to some type of seasonal anime. Like there's a big difference when you see the production value. When you see
I think the difference
episodes.
will be though is whether during these hiatuses for COVID, whether they're actually working on it. I don't think they would be.
That's the thing, right?
One Piece
you'd be compressing your time.
One Piece we know that has been working on it. They have announced that they still have been working on it. It's just that they've been taking times. Black Clover hasn't said anything, so we don't know if they've been working on it.
They're probably chilling.
So
they're just like, yeah, we'll get it done. It's fine. Just whatever.
If they're taking their time in Rusty, I'm happy because that's an anime that's never taken a break, I think, for 3 years anime season. So for them to not take a break, I'm happy if they do. I'm like, hey, y'all been going on for no matter how much people could criticize your anime or trash on it, y'all been doing the best y'all could.
Right. Here's the part that sucks now, right? So movies are, I think a lot of us can say that we do care a little bit more about the shows than some of the movies, but some of these movies were already delayed due to other things, and now they're delayed again.
Oof.
So like Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Violet Evergarden because of the Kyoani fire, and now they're delayed again due to COVID. And it's just like, oh god.
You hate to see that. I don't like that at all, but
yeah.
That's the world.
It is what it is.
It is
what it is.
It is what it is.
Well, hopefully all the animators that are overworked can take some time off or spin it.
And plus, there's no rush for it because at the end of the day, people could watch the backlogs. You could just watch 900 episodes of One Piece.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Catch up to One Piece.
Yeah,
catch up to One Piece. Yeah, no. So and most importantly, we want everyone to be safe. We want our creators to be safe. So that's what's up.
Of course.
And then there's also a list of cons at the bottom that are canceled. But yeah, obviously that's why we're all here doing this con. Shit. Let's get into what's already aired and what we've seen already here for winter 2020. Obviously, a lot of these didn't, get canceled because it was at the beginning. People were still kind of, at work and stuff. And then we can get into what you should watch coming up. But I think the big one, and let's get this out of the way right away, okay? Ishizoku reviewers.
Oh my god!
Hey,
no.
Hold on. If you're into that, I don't know how that show skirted the line and managed to make it all the way to Funimation and stuff, and nobody caught it because they canceled it after it aired. They canceled it after it started airing, and Funimation people, I imagine that boardroom is just like, fellas. Hold on. Did we watch this?
2 or 3, I believe. They canceled the episode 2.
Yeah, it was I think it was the third episode, and they just nope.
But
nope, we're done.
I wonder if these streaming sites know what they're picking. Y'all don't do your research.
Yeah, I think they
clearly not.
Know.
Clearly not.
I was so shocked when Sam told me what is the recovery. I'm like, so is people going around as YouTube content creators, but they're going now effing species just to see if they're good to F or not. I'm like, interesting.
They're doing the Lord's work. They gotta find out.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm not
just
sure.
because I'm
characters.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so let's give credit where it's due, okay? It was really nicely animated. The character design was really good.
The
But
OP
listen,
was pretty good. I have to admit, I really
Yeah,
liked
it was
that OP.
catchy.
right. And so here's the thing. There's two modes for me. There's okay, I'm gonna watch anime, or okay, I'm gonna watch porn. I was in anime mode. I was not in porn mode. So when,
Yeah.
Well, Sam, see, that's the warm up though. That's the warm up.
they ain't no
it's
warm
not.
up. They was fucking.
That's a full-fledged
It's a
hentai
routine,
that they
it's a
managed
routine.
to
You
let
gotta-
go.
The thing
You
I
gotta
find more
build up. You
interesting.
gotta.
The thing I find more interesting about this show itself is that you get to understand the world of ours, but also the hentai world, because you get to see different type of fetishes. The one like you see about eggs fetishes, coming out of a bird
Oh, yeah.
and everything. Like
Go
those type of things,
off, sis. Go off. Yeah.
Like, it
Keep
was-
going.
like, those type of fetishes, some of them is interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, I have this type of fetish. Okay, this one just I don't fuck with. No, I'm good. I don't.
Hey,
like
this
that
one's
way.
new. This one's new for
So
me.
you're saying it's like a exploration for the individual watching it.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
new world. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the song.
I'll take y'all's word for it.
It's like the song. It's like the song in Aladdin. It's a whole new world that you dive into. You find out. I'd rather not be there. I'd rather go back home. So
Chaos Knights said whole series is on Pornhub.
Yeah, it's on Pornhub.
Oh, are you kidding?
You can find movies on there. Like you can find like the Joker and stuff on there. It's weird.
They have Dragon Ball Super
Chaos Knights, you're doing the Lord's work. Thank you for telling everybody.
Right?
Clear, Kai, clear
Thank you
and
for
sweet.
checking.
Kai, clear and sweet says hard to factor the show. To be honest.
No, not my proudest fat, but I still managed.
Oh,
They
Jesus.
have
You gotta
everything.
pull through. You gotta pull through.
They even had Dragon Ball Super there. I had one time. They had some type of anime moves there too. So I'm not shocked that they don't have those there.
Right.
I guess that's true. It's a nice little video
Right.
platform for those looking. So
So anyway,
It's
if you
like
wanna
the
watch
only
porn-
one that's like completely uncensored by like all these, TV censorship and all that stuff.
So
I guess it's the new wave.
So anyway, if you want to watch porn, just go there. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So there's also Haikyuu to the top, which was they switched studios.
Yes.
Right?
yes,
Yeah.
So
they
like
did.
for just really quick for Haikyuu fans, what did that bother you or no?
I think it was better because I think that's what they was trying to aim for, like to be more of having the aesthetic to the manga. That's why they transferred studio to have the more of the aesthetic. Which to me, the first 3 seasons were still like amazing how it looked. So it didn't really bother me. It just looked more cleaner in a way, I guess.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's like we've seen worse studio pivots in the past, right? Just think
Totally.
One Punch Man season 2 with JC Staff.
And
Nothing
Taylor
against
Swift.
JC Staff, but when you're
Oh,
coming
everything
from
against them.
fair, fine, but when you're coming from
They have
legendary,
such mediocre animation. They've never done
Yes.
like a great job at that.
when you're coming from legendary to great, it still feels like a down step, even though it's still quality. For Haikyuu, I wasn't bothered at all by it. I
It
actually
wasn't
felt
jarring at all.
What
It wasn't
studio
jarring
did they
at all.
switch to? I thought it's all Production IG for Haikyuu, right?
Yeah,
Okay, which one are we talking about?
Haikyuu.
So Haikyuu had a-
Oh, okay, all right.
Haikyuu, yeah. So they were
What-
Production IG for 3 seasons, and then they
Yeah.
pivoted to who did they pivot to? Sam?
I'll tell you in a second.
I'm on it right now. Maybe
no, it
Mal
says-
is wrong.
It still says
I bet
Production
Mal's
IG.
just wrong.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's a different show that we're talking about.
It still says Production IG. Anyway,
I didn't know that it changed. So
Yeah,
let's
me
just
neither.
pretend it's Studio
They
D.
just changed animators, but not only that, they made Hitana and Kageyama look a little bit more older. Because if you look, there are some reviews on YouTube, and how the difference between Hinata's height in the first 3 seasons versus to the top. So he's slightly more taller, but then also like
okay.
if you look at the lines of the animation, it is a little bit more thin, and they actually put less shadows like on the neck as well. And
Interesting.
a lot of people, like a lot of true fans, they were like a little offset by that. Personally, I mean, it's definitely something to get used to. Because
I didn't
if,
feel like it was
if
jarring at all.
Same here.
I didn't think it was jarring at all because one, like I'm a huge Haikyuu fan, and
Right?
like
You just overlook it.
like I'm like
sick
not
spike.
yeah, I'm not really like paying attention to that. I'm just like, holy shit, it's another season of Haikyuu, so like let's do this. You know, I'm ready for these new characters so that Karasuno can kick their ass and do the dumpster
The
match
dumpster battle.
with
Yeah.
Nekoma. So
But animation aside, how did y'all feel about this season as a whole? Was it worth people watching? I mean, for me, it felt
without a
good.
doubt.
Yeah, it was really good. It also felt transitionary to
Definitely.
like season 5. Feel like it's gonna rip so hard.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I see. Here's the thing with like how they decided to do the episodes, because from season 3, that was like what 12 or 11 episodes, and then to the top was 12 episodes, and I'm just like, why are you giving me this cliffhanger? Like, I want more. The first
Right.
two seasons you gave like 25 episodes, and now you're like shortening them.
It's sort
And
of like
now
a
I have
part
to read
one,
the
isn't it?
manga.
I think
Yeah,
it's like a part one.
it is a part 1, and then part 2 is coming, but it's delayed. It's not coming in the summertime, unfortunately. Yeah.
Another big hit.
That's probably a good thing though, like because they had to scale back on the animation. I'm reading about it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Apparently, it's a.
I think it's the same studio,
director.
right? But it's just
Yeah.
like they cut some of the staff or something.
Yeah, new series director as well as a chief animator.
Yeah,
Okay.
But same
I've
studio.
seen the first 8 episodes of the first season. I'm good.
Okay.
No, you're not.
So,
You
all
saw
right.
some highlight clips.
All right, Nick. Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
some
you.
highlight
You
clips.
He
skimmed
watched
the
the
manga.
movies.
Okay.
He watched the movies because the
No, I didn't
movies
watch those yet.
are cut. They don't give you the whole spiel.
Okay, so how about before we get into some of the big ones, can we talk about really quick about some of the ones that were like they were good but not like, you know.
And let's
whatever?
make it quick. We only
And
got 45 minutes here.
Yeah, yeah. So talk about these 3 at one time if we can. Darwin's Game, Inspector, Toilet Bound, because like they were like
Is that 1 show or 3 shows?
3 shows. Right. We were because
Sounds
they
like
were
a light novel.
because you're a light novel. So they were good. They were good, but what I tell people to watch these 3 shows in particular, I would tell people only the people if I knew they would like it. Like these
Right.
aren't shows that are like, oh
I
no,
think-
watch this in 2020.
So It Invaded is a very
That one too.
It's a
Yeah.
very introspective show. So I think if people are just watching it for like popcorn anime, maybe don't suggest it to them. But it's phenomenal, and it was like out of the, completely out of left field for me.
Yeah,
So,
if you like
Yeah.
Psychopaths, then watch
yes,
Exactly. It Invaded. It's so funny because I didn't necessarily start out liking the way they did exposition because all of the big points seem to be assumed when the characters talk. Like, oh, you mean this thing? Oh yeah, that thing. And the audience is like, what thing? I don't know what thing you're talking about until like episode 5. So you need to really pay attention to It Invaded. But Darwin's Game, I'd argue, is great popcorn anime. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
quick. It was.
Just
I think
turn
it
on
was
good
Brains,
moments.
it
It
felt
had
like
good moments.
Tokyo Ghoul plus Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like,
It's actually pretty good.
to be
Yeah.
honest.
That's
Well,
pretty
Wait
funny.
until he has
That's
to
the thing.
battle the 12-year-old kid with a credit card.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah. So like Toilet Bound, right, is like very aesthetically like goth. So me and Danny were kind of into it. We were like, oh yeah, that was us in junior high. That was us right there.
I was
Yeah.
all about
Oh, yeah,
it.
Not my tempo. I don't like that.
Yeah, it was. But it was really beautifully animated. But the Quokka
Quokka.
from Anime Summit says Ghost in the Shell 2047. Shut up, man. No, JK. We haven't watched it yet.
I have seen
No, I've
clips.
heard that it's really
I've seen
janky.
clips and it didn't catch my attention. It's because
it's that SAC thing, right?
because
Yeah, standalone
because
complex.
it's because the CG animation. They really, if you're trying to dive into Ghost in the Shell for the first time, don't watch 2047. If you have seen the series, you have a passion for it, you like Major and all that, then watch the series. But if you dive into the Ghost in the Shell the first time and want to watch the originals first. Ghost in the Complex, watch those first, and then if you want to just be curious what the Netflix did, check that out. But if you're trying to dive in,
Gotcha.
throw
Yeah,
in
it
the
doesn't
trash.
Netflix, like a lot of these Netflix anime have this like crazy CG shit going
Yeah.
on, and this is another one of those.
Because
So
it's easier to make.
yeah,
Good shit.
yeah.
Good shit. Okay,
Well,
so
that- Yep,
so
some.
let's start talking about ones that have already aired that they need to watch right now. And I'll start it off. Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. Misaki
Oh
Wasa.
yeah, animated year.
Yes.
Let's go.
Fucking watch it, or I will cut you.
Okay,
I
I
wish
know
I
there's
liked- I wish I liked this a lot more than everyone else did, because I know Nick and Sam loved this.
It's like
but
my favorite of the year
Haterade.
so far.
Haterade.
I'm
It's
not,
my favorite
no,
of the year so far.
hang on a second. I'm not hating on it, okay? I just wish that there was a dub for it because there was just so much going on. And
It
Right.
was
like,
very, very packed. And
it was
dense, I
really
agree.
hard for me to follow. Like
Okay,
I
it's
felt like
great.
I felt like I was watching Kill la Kill all over again because there was just so many subtitles that like I had to fucking pause the show in order for me to read and find out what the hell is going on. So there was just like and not only that, but there was a lot of dialogue and beautifully animated visuals that I just wanted. I didn't want to worry about reading something and also trying to pay attention to the visual aspect of the entire show because the entire show is beautifully animated and I
Mhm.
love that.
I have a
But
question.
I just
I have-
could not. I couldn't. Like,
I have a question for everyone
Okay.
here because there are probably some people in the chat right now being like, I have not probably seen it. It didn't look like my thing. Would y'all consider this show to be a sleeper pick? Because a lot of people would
It is.
overlook this show.
It's a
Yeah.
It's three girls making manga. Like,
I mean,
who
I
cares?
think
Making
it's-
anime. Who
It's
cares?
Misaki Uwasa. He always does that shit.
I think it's going to be the best show of the year, at least
I
so
think-
far it is for
Well,
me.
because nothing
I
else
think
can
for
air,
people-
so.
I think
Well,
for
there's
people to
that.
watch this,
By
I think
default.
people also have to see that if you're
Fucking Nick.
interested in content creating, or if you want to get like a different perspective to see as a child, want to create something that's animated, something that we're watching ourselves, it's very creative and plus it has a different perspective. So it's very interesting
Yeah,
in
so
itself.
what I think is, maybe the most sleeper pick about this show specifically is that it shows you the actual business side of anime, making
Right.
anime,
mhm.
and the pressures that each of the departments within the studio feel. So each of the girls take on a different piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
There's the business side, the actual lead animator, and then the
Backgrounds.
background and story
Storyboard.
generator.
Director.
And
It's
then
very-
now,
it's very
there's a
kinetic.
sound group. There's just like, I think they did a phenomenal job of teaching even the casual fan about what it's really like to make an anime, what kind of things people have to worry about and stuff like that.
So Neo the Massacre in chat, who Nate has been one of our fans for a long time, he said Eizouken is animation gasm. Absolutely it is.
Charu.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I will say.
absolutely it is.
It's so beautiful. Ethan finally got me to watch it after I watched Dorohedoro, which we'll talk about in a second. But it was such a unique design. Not even just the characters,
Mhm.
backgrounds,
Absolutely.
every aspect of the animation was beautiful. And I'm a huge animation nerd, so that
Right.
From-
felt like Sakuga
it's
opening-
for yes, the opening.
From opening to end to the
Best opening of the
ending.
year.
Heck
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Be breezy.
Easy breezy.
But all
And
of
OP is a
Misaki
bop.
Uwasa shows look similar to that. They all have like the goofy style. So
I love
and
that.
He
It's
did a
great.
phenomenal
Mhm.
job of bringing like the emotion of the art like to the actual viewer, because you would
Yes.
see very frequently like a viewing of their first anime or something like that. The art would like physically impact everyone in the audience, and I think that was just like a really good personification of like how anime affects the audience. So I just loved it, absolutely
said.
loved it.
Also, I just want to say, and then we'll move on. I also, there's other shows that have this kind of thing where they talk about, and where it centers around like an animation studio or whatever, or creating something, and literally like 8 times out of 10, you never see the final product of the thing they were working on.
Right.
In
That's a good
Eizouken,
point.
you saw it 3 times. You saw all 3 things they did,
hmm
and it was like,
Cool.
it was fucking cool. Yeah.
Well, it was
Yeah,
cool
dude.
too because we were watching the finished product while the people that created it were watching it.
Watching it at the
Yeah.
same
Yeah,
time.
and you're like,
yeah.
oh,
And
that's
plus-
the part they were talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
right.
One thing, and plus one thing I would say, when the subtitles are fast, if you're not reacting to it, doing it for YouTube, the great thing is that you could just go back and just rewatch that scene. So like, because there are times when some subtitles in some animes are way fast for no reason, but then you could just re-forward that, go back a good 2 minutes and just rewatch it to understand it better.
Mhm.
I'm into it. Yeah.
I had to put on my glasses. But yeah, no,
Okay.
dude. So
I
what
just
about
hope that they do a dub so that I can enjoy the
Oh, no.
animation
It's
for
gonna
it.
have,
Danny the
like,
dog?
It's gonna have the disgusting English voices, Danny.
No,
Dude,
they're
if they-
not.
Gaijin, we,
Dude, if
we
they-
don't have the
No,
skills.
they're not.
Such
No.
an elitist.
I have
they-
faith in them.
if they
Thank
fuck
you,
up,
Ethan.
no, if they fuck up Kaiman's voice, I'm gonna be hella mad. I'm gonna be grouchy.
Wait,
Well,
what
that's-
show are we talking about now? Is this
We're-
Dorohedoro?
Oh, sorry. No, Dorohedoro. Sorry, I was
They're
talking
gonna,
about
they're gonna
Dorohedoro.
have Monica Rial voice all 3 characters. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh God.
No, but yeah, no, sorry.
So we have switched to Dorohedoro.
No, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, I jumped the gun. But yeah, we should move on to Dorohedoro.
I just finished it. It
Yeah, it was
is
fire.
It's phenomenal.
so good.
In a weird
this show,
way.
This show
It's
is
so
what
good.
anime should be. This show is what anime should be. It's left
Right.
field. It's weird. It's got a good story. The characters are funny. And I am not a CG guy, but I don't know what they're doing over at Mappa. But that is some good CG.
True.
I
Yeah,
am
got their shit
labeling
on.
it good CG.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it
That's-
in the chat. I stand by that.
Weebology
like-
seal of approval right there.
Yeah. It felt like a horror Fooly Cooly, if that makes any sense. Like it was all over the place, but it was more like, a scarier aesthetic.
The one thing I liked about that show is that like it showed such a dark side of magic's influence in the world, which in a less of a fantasy sense and more in like, I mean, the whole is literally the way it is because magicians are just screwing with it left and right, and everyone's affected. So
Yeah.
what a great premise! What a great setting.
Yeah.
Definitely watch it. Definitely watch it.
If they do a dub, like I said,
They
if they
did
fuck
do a
up-
dub, and they did not fuck up Kaiman's voice.
Okay, because that's
No,
my boy.
I like
that's my
I like
boyfriend right
Kaiman's
there.
voice.
I will.
It actually has a
get
pretty
funky with him.
solid.
Yeah, I'm
It-
watching
it
the
has a
dub.
pretty
It's,
solid
it's
dub.
great.
The show is weird because there's not like a easy to follow plot though. Just letting everybody
Right,
know.
true.
Right.
It's got
It's a
that
thinker.
like weird apocalyptic gritty setting.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's really interesting. So I mean, just
It's
check
totally
it out.
up my alley.
Just know that you're not gonna be able to follow the story.
Right.
I mean,
So-
I followed it.
I think it picks up in the middle. You kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
It takes a while to figure it out. They're basically trying to figure out
Who turned
who's-
his head into a
who's the
lizard?
man inside of Kaiman's mouth. Or
That
something.
too, and
True.
and
Come on, man.
who turned his head into a lizard?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
These
Lizard
premises
Man.
are perfect.
Lizard
Best
Face
girl
Johnson.
heavy suit
Yeah.
and best lizard. What's his name? All you can say
Kaiman.
is shocking.
Kaiman.
Dude, best girl is Noi. Get the
For
fuck
sure.
out
Oh
of this
yeah,
house.
Yeah,
Noi,
Noi.
Noi,
It's
heck
easily
yeah.
Noi.
No way.
AKA Zarya.
Heck yeah.
She is walking.
Zarya from
She is
Overwatch.
walking Snoo Snoo. She's a walking
Oh,
Amazonian
yeah,
Snoo
Zarya,
Snoo
for
princess,
sure.
and let's go.
I want her to
Into it.
fuck me up.
Someone
just-
wants her to fuck her up, heal her, and then fuck her up again.
Yeah. Just come in the door right now and just.
Lay into me, please.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, you guys should watch Dorohedoro. Absolutely.
Certified
Absolutely should
banger.
watch it. Certified banger. And then of course we have Fruits Basket season 2, which finished, right?
It's
yeah.
not finished. It was delayed.
Oh, this is one of the
Um,
ones. Okay.
Aw.
So, but
All right, it's delayed. Move
so
on. We
I'm
don't have time.
following. Fuck you, Nick. Okay.
We have 30
Fuck
minutes.
you.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. We
fine.
got the time.
We got the time.
So I'm watching the dub, and the dub was actually delayed, but now they finally actually moved along. But the dub is way more behind than the sub, I believe.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. And
but
then
it's phenomenal. I love it. I'm crying.
and then Tower of God was also delayed. This is the partnership with Crunchyroll and Webtoon. I like Tower of God, and I know it's
We're
gonna
not
give
caught up on this.
it's
It's
gonna give me the
solid.
same feeling like SAO. Kazoon type.
So currently,
Go ahead, Ricky.
I got
Go ahead.
allergies.
Yeah. currently on the Weebology podcast, we are reviewing a couple shows episode by episode, and mine is Tower of God. And I think this show is incredibly important for anime right now, because if this show slaps, Webtoons is going to be an entire treasure trove of stories to
Absolutely.
be adapted. So it's this show is do or die for Webtoons, in my opinion. And
Absolutely.
it's already killing it. The story is beautifully written. The way their exposition is so beautifully rolled that by the end of one episode, you're like, is this what's going to happen next? And then the first 5 minutes, boom, they drop a bomb. They drop a bomb. And not to mention the Sakuga, the animation is just stellar. Yeah,
And the story is from somewhere other than Japan, so that's also pretty
right.
interesting.
I am loving Tower of God. The past, I think, 8-9 episodes have been released over this past couple of weeks. The past 8-9 episodes have been amazing. It's really been entertaining ourselves. But only one episode was the weakest. Out of the past 8-9 episodes, one is the weakest. But that's good. To have 9 episodes and one weakest, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's been really solid. Really, really solid.
So I'm so sorry. I'm laughing at
we apologize for Nick.
Yeah, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at Nick, and I'm also laughing at my partner Trisha in chat, going, "Babe," because of what I said about Noi. Because every time I get horny for an anime character, she goes, "Babe." Like, I know that's her tone. I know that's her tone. Like, even in the chat, like.
Oh my god!
Oh man, but yeah,
Lizard
watch
Face
Tower of God,
Johnson.
everybody. Watch Tower of God. It's put out in association with Crunchyroll. You know, it's got the funding. It's got that mad money to make some good production.
Yeah.
So,
Well, since we're talking about Tower of God, can we also talk about God of High School? Since that's
when we get to the next section.
That's another manhwa, right? But, Korean.
Yeah, it's just connected to webtoon. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. When we get to the next section, which is in a little bit here, but like, actually, we can just do that now, unless there's anything else. Oh, Somali and the Forest Spirit is one that finished. That you should watch.
Adorable.
It was so wholesome. It was so wholesome.
That filled a hole in my heart during quarantine. Yeah, it really was. Somali's so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, Somali and the Forest Spirit really good. About it's that dad and daughter anime, but like just in a completely fantastical fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm.
Was anyone else getting Bride of the Magnus or that one show
Ancient
vibes
Magnus
from
Bride?
it?
Ancient Magnus Bride.
It had a little bit of high fantasy vibe to it. The backgrounds were beautifully like a poster you find in a college room. It's very beautiful. But yeah, that's if you need a little wholesomeness in this isolation situation, get you some Somali in the Forest Spirit. It's fantastic.
Well, it's kind of wholesome.
But
there's also some messed up parts.
I know, but it's wholesome enough.
One that's airing that I do want to bring up is Kaguya-sama. That one, Kaguya-sama Love is War is my favorite. This season slaps. Season 2 OST, score, soundtrack, everything slap. It just gets better. Like, this is my favorite anime of the year, just because of the OST, the whole characters have improved, the score progression that has improved for them has done a lot better, and it's better in season 2. I mean, it's better in season 1, and I'm shocked because I love season 1, and for it to improve each one, and with the story of season 2, it made me want to read the source material of the manga. Is that good?
That's how you know. That
is always a good indication that it's phenomenal.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next section, which is upcoming shows you need to check out that's coming out. Also keep in mind of some of the stuff we said was delayed in the beginning. But before that, I want to point out that there's a bunch of people in chat going floor gang for Nick, and that's really funny to me.
Gang.
Floor gang, let's go.
Floor gang. Also, just a reminder, there's more people on the stream now. Just a reminder that the Tiltify links are in the description below for Black Lives Matter charities and COVID charities for the Direct Relief Fund. So please donate if you can. Check that out. Check out the other panels after us as well, and Smash Tournament later today. Okay. All right, let's get into the next section, man. Anime that's coming up, upcoming shows you need to check out, and as long as because Vash said it.
Whoa, we forgot about Glepnir.
That's
if you want to get weird, go watch Gleipnir.
That
show is
there you go.
If you want to get weird, read the manga instead, because the anime is not that great.
I did hear that the manga is a little bit better than the anime. I'm not all caught up on the anime because I've been watching Hunter x Hunter and other things.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you get a pass.
So Gleipnir is getting solid, but it has been quite the struggle to get to the here in my
opinion. It's a good 6. Yeah. It's a good 6. Not bad 6, but it's a good 6 where you're detained, but you don't have to.
I did like what I saw, like the first 4 episodes or anything like that. So, but it's. But Wave Listen to Me. Wave Listen to Me is pretty good.
That one I prefer, and also Sing Yesterday to Me. That one also a good sleeper. Spring is a good sleeper. I've been enjoying it.
I don't like that show.
I'm not. Yeah, Wave Listen to Me. I really like because that is. I mean, it's just funny. It's just super.
Wait, which one is that?
Wave Listen. It's the radio one.
The
Yeah.
one with the shadow eyeballs.
With the shadow eyeballs, yeah.
Why they did that, I have no idea. It's not even in the manga.
Hot take.
So.
Kako Shigoto is better than Somali. There you go. If you want
Wow, Nick,
Father
stay on the
Don't
floor.
listen to Nick.
Nick,
Don't
stay on the
don't
floor.
listen to
Just
him.
stay there.
Kako
Stay on
dare
the
you.
floor.
How dare you?
I'm even taller now.
He's perching.
He's
I'm
perching.
Perch gang. Who's up with the perch gang? All right.
Perch
The only
king.
thing that's good about Nick right now is his shirt.
Okay.
Well, quick question.
I need any
question.
handicap I can get.
Well, quick question.
Before
Has
we
anybody
move on-
watched the show Buford?
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that.
Oh,
Yes, I
Bofuri.
watched it. Yes, I watched it. It's like Lolly Shield Hero, and it is awesome. It is a
Oh,
yeah,
meme
the
factory.
furry.
It is pretty well written, and it's great. I mean, I'm a big isekai guy, and that one is a good popcorn. Sometimes wholesome, sometimes not. But like I said, it's a meme factory. There are some funny moments in that show. So yes,
think-
if you're an isekai fan, go watch that. You're not going to be think it's very, very
I think the best that show is like the first half is a lot better than the second half, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So you could just get a sampling of it and be like, oh, I don't have time. Just watch the first half.
But there's some cool parts in the second half.
Yeah,
There's some
yeah.
cool parts. Maple goes off. I mean,
I
I'm
think it
just saying.
peaks in the first half, though. It peaks in like that section.
That's
Right.
fair.
There
We'll
is a panel, that's the last panel that me and Ashes from Project Manga and the Weebologist and the Otaku Fix are on, called Isekai, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So if you want to catch that later, we'll probably be talking about Bofuri there. I know
Yes, sir.
Ashes really loved Bofuri, but yeah, dude. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to talk about some of the current airing stuff. But some of these were delayed. What about Kaku Shigoto? People are watching this one.
I already mentioned that. Okay,
did
it has
you?
the voice of Araragi. The voice of Araragi is the dad, right? That's all you need to know. It's automatically better than Somali. It's really funny. It has it kind of reminds me a little bit of what do you call it? I can't remember the name of the show, but anyway.
Oh my god. Sam, rein this man in. Let's
Yeah,
get to the
yeah.
future
Oh, God.
stuff.
He's got ADHD.
He never remembers
I had
names.
to
He
pull
never remembers other shows. Like, this is just typical Nick right now.
This is typical Nick right
Typical
now.
Nick.
Let's move on to what's coming up, right? And
Let's
keep
do
in mind-
it.
Keep in mind some of the ones we mentioned earlier that are getting delayed and stuff. But since Bash brought it up, the God of High School. I mean,
I am so hyped. I am so hyped for this show.
I've never read it, but I just from the trailer, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. I'm saying like out here
Yeah,
the
the
crew
trailer's pretty good.
they know how to make a story, man. I mean, it already looks super promising. And again, this has been paved by Tower of God, in my opinion. I know it may be in the works before then, but I mean, someone noticed. Someone got out there and noticed, and it's coming out by Mappa, who has been killing the game lately. So you know the studio's good. Yeah, I'm super stoked. This could be my most anticipated, except for one that came out yesterday.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Right. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. And that's obviously this is supposed to be for summer.
Yeah, for summer.
Is what they're
Mhm.
aiming for, hopefully. So
Well, with God of High School, they said that they have most of the production done already from Mappa, so I assume that they're good. They probably have to do the last 4 episodes, so I think they're good right now.
So we can pray it comes out
Oh.
on time.
Yeah.
gotcha.
What was that one show that had Babylon? It aired the first 9 episodes, and then it had a month delay or something.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People just forgot about it.
Yeah. Then Sword Art Online was supposed to be delayed till summer. It was supposed to come out spring, but now it's summer, so that'll be hopefully still
Yeah,
on.
I think they just announced. I think it's July 9th or 7th when they're airing, but I think
Okay.
that's I
Okay,
think
that's good to know.
Look, as long as they put all of their animation budget into Asuna, that's all I care about. Fuck you.
And-
Just make everybody else derpy as hell. And just
Just blobs.
She's just opening a door. It's just huge.
Yes.
And then
That's where all our money went.
Fire Force Season 2. I think this was already planned for summer. It wasn't supposed to come out before. So
Man, I
Yeah,
got,
you know
I got
what?
thoughts.
okay, you don't like Fire Force?
The animation, beautiful.
Chef
David
kiss.
production,
Everything else.
killed it. My problem with it, a really, really good premise.
True.
They had a really good premise, and they kind of fucked it up a little bit by fan service and like where it didn't need to be and weird
You know,
side
you
characters.
are right
and-
about that, especially with the fucking girl that like her fire ability is like a
It's
cat
Tamaki.
kind of
A
thing.
cat, yeah.
Yeah, Tamaki. I hate her. She is so she has no purpose in that show whatsoever.
What sucks is that my friend James, he reads the manga, and he tells me that the manga, the story, and everything, and I trust his opinion, I trust his source and everything. But when he tells me that Tamaki is actually useful in the story later on, and it sucks to know that the anime studio or the director or whoever want to add fan service or want to add the story beats for her, it makes her look bad when she seems more important later on. Nobody's gonna care for her later on more, and that's what sucks about it, is that she seems important in the manga and the story later on. But then when you see her in the anime, like, who cares about her now? Because she's all known for fan service now.
What the fuck is Nick doing right now?
This is what
doing,
David
Nick?
Production should be doing, okay? That's what
I guess
David
that
Production should be doing.
But
He's
I'm
very
saying-
consistent on that point. He's
That
very
is true.
consistent
That
on
is
it.
true.
Honestly, dude, fuck all these other shows. Fuck Cells at Work. Fuck
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Okay,
whoa.
so calm down. All right.
Save
Wait a
it
second
for
there.
hot takes. Save it
Hold
for
on
hot
a
takes,
second
man.
there.
Calm down, bitch.
Put it all into JoJo and just make it better, okay?
What are you, anime gambling? Anime gambling? Put it all on JoJo.
Yeah, yeah.
Put it all on
Yeah, put it
JoJo.
all in JoJo.
Nick is like slouching on the chair, like put her on.
Clip that.
I want a gif of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Please. Yeah, no, and then Baki's second season's already out on Netflix.
Oh, baby.
I'm excited. I'm hype. I'm
Oh, I
hype.
love that. Mike Toole
For
had a tweet,
everyone
he's
looking
like-
for a yeah. You
I was
can
gonna
go
say, I
next.
saw on Twitter, Mike Toole is like, Netflix is like, are you sure you want to keep watching Baki? And he's like, first of all, how dare you?
Yeah, no kidding.
I love
Why do you want to watch Baki?
For me,
Baki
it's
is
a
the
fight.
best men show.
Yeah. For me, it's a
It's dope.
fighting show that has a unique aesthetic all of its own. You're not going to find another fighting show that looks like this. For people who haven't seen it and you like fighting shows, go do it. There are no supernatural. It is man to man, fist to fist.
Well, it been,
It's a little
it's been-
supernatural.
yeah,
Okay,
but
a little
it's been
supernatural.
Some of
The guy shoots himself in the head and doesn't die. I mean,
No,
let's-
it's
yeah,
like-
and some
it's
of the
okay,
stuff they do.
fine.
Possible
Yeah,
thing
but I
that
say, some of the
might
stuff
be
they do in
real.
the first season where they just slap you and the skin comes off. The
Yeah.
question there. It's a
how about the
big question.
vacuum palm?
Yeah,
Vacuum palm. Okay.
And they break
It's
the
supernatural
glass.
adjacent. Supernatural
Yeah,
adjacent.
yeah, yeah.
So
The
still
only
human,
show.
just superhuman is what it is. Not supernatural. It's more superhuman abilities to where we won't have in the human world. But in a show like anime, superhuman abilities is where it's reasonable. So that makes sense.
But it's a tournament arc, so it should be awesome.
Oh, that's,
It
yo,
is,
I
yeah.
just want
Yeah,
to see his
they're
father.
doing-
I just want to
yeah.
see his father fighting. His father fighting, that's what I want to see. That
Yeah.
dude's back is a like.
And
muscle
Muhammad
and
Ali
muscles.
Jr.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
I'm-
Yujiro
I'm-
Hama.
I'm
My
excited.
favorite is Olivia, the big black dude.
Oh,
He just like
Oh,
takes a
yeah.
shotgun shell.
I just can't wait
He's
for
just
him.
like, flex it out.
How?
Oh yeah,
how-
that dude's sick.
How is he stronger than a gun? Like, how do you walk in through a whole shootout and just say, "Yo, this is over"? I'm like, what?
Because he's
He's a thug. He's a
Yeah,
thug
he
lord
straight
right
up
there.
steals.
Yeah.
So
He is
That's
the
like
Steel
most
muscles.
freed prisoner.
His
in-
house is in a prison, right? Right there.
Yeah,
His
he's
house
Yeah,
is
the
in a
yeah.
most
prison.
freed prisoner. Like he can do
Yeah, he's the
whatever
most
fuck
free
he
person in the
wants.
world.
He had steak in a prison. The own cop
Yeah.
that was there, he was like, "How are you in a prison? But your prison is your own house."
by being a badass.
Yeah.
Being a badass. Yeah.
That was
so
wild.
so in the chat they're talking about King and Ashra, which is another Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
I highly recommend.
I have yet to see that.
I have yet to see that. But I really want to see this. More
Y'all
than
have
Baki.
to. You have to.
I couldn't get into it. I tried it. It's just
You
the
gotta
CG.
stick to it after the 3 episodes. I
In my
promise.
opinion, the Baki animation is better. That 2D Sakuga cannot be beat. But in every other respect,
The fight is
Kenshin
good.
Ashura is better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the fight is
everything
good.
up, the story, the characters, it's all better
Agreed.
because Baki's not meant to be that. Baki is meant to be visceral, like
Aesthetics.
down and dirty fighting. Yeah, you're supposed to like
Agreed.
watch it because you want to see two guys just beat the ever loving hell out of each other, and that's
yeah.
why I watch it because that's what I get with Kenshin Ashura.
Good
the
point,
setting, the
Rick.
story.
Good point.
Thanks, man. I
It's
appreciate
the
it.
first time for
Uh-oh.
everything.
Oh, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna come over there and scissor kick you.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Scissor
go watch
kick
Baki.
you.
Go watch Baki.
Okay.
And Kagen Ashura.
Yes.
And King Ashra. Okay, and also brand new animal, which is I think it got delayed, but now it's back up again, right?
Oh, nice. Okay,
the
cool.
new
Yeah.
trigger, the new
Yeah,
trigger show.
Trigger.
Yeah,
You have the Tanuki girl with like the giant tail and stuff.
I mean, it's Trigger and Animal Face Johnson's. It's my favorite thing.
Done. I'm
It's-
ready. I'm ready for it. I'm
it's
ready
in
for it.
Netflix jail though, so we
Yeah,
won't be getting it
that's-
until much
Oh.
later.
I don't want to
That-
stress myself to change my IP.
Yeah,
and
I
everything.
know, Rick.
It's just too
I
much
know.
work. I'm like, you know what? I have a backlog. I have seasonal. If you're Netflix, I'll wait until you come out. Until Netflix tells me new season is out. I'm like, all right, cool, thank you.
You'll have to sail the high seas.
Yeah,
But it makes
sail
it
the
easy.
seas.
It
Yarr.
makes it
I'm not gonna stress myself for it. That's just too much work.
But yeah, after seeing Beastars, this show made me a little more interested because as much as I liked Beastars, I think
So you became a
BNA, you know, I mean, what it is what it is. But I mean, when I see those shows, I'm like, can you tell a story that could not be told without using animal humans, like furries, essentially? And
Animal
Beastars,
Face
in my opinion,
Johnson's.
you could tell it with humans. I don't know if you could tell BNA without animals, given the synopsis that she got turned into that, and she has to find out why. You can't tell that
Yeah.
story without using animals.
It's sort of
so-
similar to like the Dorohedoro, like
right.
turned
right.
into a crocodile and doesn't know why.
It's inherently part of the story. You can't
Right.
get away from it. So
But I think that anime has been getting better on adaptation. Like for example, one anime that's coming this summer as well, No Guns No Life season 2. No Guns Life is actually the main character. His head is a gun. So like you actually feel some type of sentiments for a guy who has going through war and now some type of detective and has a head as a gun. So stuff
Right.
like that has been improving in anime where you don't always have to follow some humans, some type of CK or type of shonen. We can follow some type of furry or some type of people that has a gun as a head. So it's very interesting. So I'm very excited for No Guns Life season 2 airing this summer. Hopefully still, leads for that.
it looks dark and gritty. I actually didn't pick that one up. It
It's
seems a little okay, cool. I
It's
mean,
good.
hell, why not?
It's very cyberpunk post-apocalyptic type of anime. So it's very good. I do highly suggest it.
Had like a Trigun vibe in terms
It
of
is.
like
It does.
Wild West, but
Yeah, so-
post-apocalyptic.
It has more like a cyberpunk Wild West type of vibe. More of that
Right.
like a mix in it as a ball.
Sure.
I'm watching the dub for that because
Because you like dub.
Because
Dubs
you like
are-
dubs.
no,
Damn you,
because
the
I just
Dubs for the
I
dub.
just feel like
this whole episode, she's
I
like,
just feel like it
dub.
would be a little bit better. Because when I watched it, when we were doing our like seasonal reviews when that show was airing, I had a hard time following it while I was watching it. So I don't know if it was because of the dialogue that was going on or anything. Because in the first 3 episodes, there wasn't that much like action or anything like that. I mean, there was like they, the kid was trying to like get away from like that like industry, that orphanage industry that was using him for like experiments and stuff. So there was like a little bit of action, but not so much. I just feel like it was a little bit more dialogue than more action. So I feel like with that kind of thing, again, I need to like have English speaking people while enjoying visual animation.
That's a fair point. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but it's what you said is that
Listen,
when you...
I watch a lot of subs, okay? I do.
Hey,
all
whoa,
right?
whoa,
Why are
you
you
don't
slow?
gotta,
Dude, why are you
you gotta
screaming?
get defensive.
But
You don't
it
gotta get
seems-
defensive.
But it seems that you prefer dub because it just makes you more relaxed to watch it, where you have to watch the
Same.
anime and also read it. It just makes you.
I
more
like
relaxed
It just
to watch
multitasking.
depends. It
To
just
me.
it just depends on the type of show. Like with Haikyuu, I definitely prefer the sub over the dub. Okay, I don't want to fucking hear Hinata say, we're Karasuno of the parking lot. Like, what the fuck is that?
I find that
No.
funny.
No,
I don't
Karasuno
want
of
to
the
hear
concrete.
that.
He said it. I'm Kusano from the ground floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
that's the sub.
Like,
That's
what?
The sub.
Oh, no,
But
that's the sub? Oh.
that's the sub. In the dub, they say the parking lot.
Oh, I don't know. I was
Like
the
Happy
dub for the
Gilmore
first 3
parking lot.
seasons.
Like, I'll see you in the parking lot.
Nick, somebody's
Pretty
covering your
much.
camera.
I know.
Okay.
That's Armstrong's arm flexing.
That's his.
Oh, it's his
It's his
mustache.
mustache.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
So, Sam, what else we got? What else we got?
so Kiko from Project Manga in the chat said, I normally watch subs, but I get people why people watch dubs. Sometimes I don't want to have to stare.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Exactly.
No, okay. So let's talk about some really hype ones now. These are supposed to be slated for fall. Hopefully, it
Wait,
stays
did we
on.
talk about ReZero yet?
That's what I'm getting to.
That we're getting to, Nick.
I thought that was summer.
Pay
No,
attention.
It
Well,
might
it got
be-
delayed
yeah.
again.
Oh,
It
is
got
it
delayed
summer?
again. Well,
Is it
it got
Well,
delayed
in
first
either
for
way-
summer.
ReZero is in the summer. Wait, sorry. ReZero is scheduled for summer release, but they're gonna announce on Thursday the 11th. They just posted this today that ReZero has an announcement on this Thursday, June 11th, of when they're gonna have it released, or if it's confirmed for summer, or if they're gonna
Oh
push
no.
it. So
Yeah.
Good sign,
So-
Gonna
folks.
They're
be
gonna have an
delayed.
announcement. So
That's
they're
not
gonna
a
have
good
an
sign.
announcement
It's
I
gonna
just
be
want to
delayed.
say that at Anime Summit we did an episode on ReZero called the ReZero episode, and we all kind of shat on it.
Dude,
But o-
that was like.
But
I will
over
never
time-
forget
like-
that.
But over
4
time,
episodes of that show. 4 episodes are great.
over time, I kind of have appreciated it. Like I kind of
Mhm.
like it a little bit. So I am a little hyped for ReZero.
I would just say the main character is really hard to get behind. Is
Yeah.
Furukaru?
Yeah, he
I-
sucks.
yeah, he sucks. Yeah, he sucks.
Dude, it's
he's
all
just a
about
dipshit.
Rem
He's
and
just
Amelia.
stupid. I'm gonna be honest.
Like, why do you feel the need to insert yourself everywhere all the time? Like,
Because he's
Yeah.
an isekai
Yeah.
and he knows
Yeah.
he
He's in an isekai, but I think for isekai fan folk like myself, that was a very interesting take on a mechanic that is rarely talked about.
It's
you're getting
interesting.
to a
It doesn't
video-
mean that he's
yeah.
a good character.
Oh yeah, I think the whole show around him carries him.
Agree.
Clearly.
Sure.
Like yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Especially
it is-
Beatrice. Woo.
so we need to start winding down here and get out
Yeah.
of here. But I wanna mention Inuyasha, the spin-off show.
Yes.
So
Like,
hyped
I'm
for
really
that.
excited for that. And then also Japan Sinks by Masaki Yuasa. But unfortunately, that's going to be a Netflix thing, too.
Mm.
Oh god, so
So-
it's like 2022 or something.
Yeah, for us,
Pretty
probably, yeah.
much.
And then Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, that's
Thank you
probably
for
the
that.
Ho, ho, ho.
that is
Let's bring it up.
Jujutsu Kaisen is the one I'm the most hyped for. Like, seriously. Oh, and then also World Trigger. This is season 2 of World Trigger.
Wow, that's been a hot minute since World Trigger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I think, when did that come out?
And plus, Attack on Titan supposed to come out in the fall still, and I'm set.
yeah,
Interesting.
So
Another I know
yeah.
That trailer was gnarly.
that trailer
it
was amazing.
was.
So
I'm
it was
caught-
also announced. It was
I'm
also
caught up on
announced that
the-
Megalobox is also getting a sequel.
Yeah, but that's
Or a new season?
That's,
Yeah, in possibly late 2020 or early 2021, depending on how all this breaks down. In my research, I was looking up what was coming out, and Megalobox, man, that show rips. I love that show so much.
I love that show a lot.
So it's apparently it's slated to have a season 2. So
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Right.
Sick. I'm excited.
And then I'm really excited for X Arm or EX Arm. That looks fucking cool, man.
I haven't even heard of this one.
It kind of reminds me of
Ridiculous.
if you see some of the visuals. I don't think there's a trailer out yet, but it kind of reminds me of something that's supposed to be like S Cryad, if you remember S Cryad.
Ooh, okay.
There's also
There's no studio listed for that one.
there's also a third season of Log Horizon and third season of Golden Kamui.
Log
I have to catch up on
Horizon.
Golden Kamui.
I've seen
Yeah.
the first
Caught up
Log
on
Horizon.
Golden Kamui at
Yeah.
all.
Season
Golden-
1 of Golden Kamui was all we were pitched. So
Is
we
it
didn't look
Kamui
at
or Kamui?
Kamui?
Kamui.
Who knows?
Dealer's
Kamui
choice.
Kapui.
Yeah, dealer's choice.
But I'm just saying the one. So let's each mention one show that we're the most hyped for, and then we'll get out of here. What about? So let's start with Vash. Vash, you go
for
first.
this for the summer.
One show that you're the most hyped for.
For my teen romantic comedy snafu climax, or technically they call it Origaro season 3. I'm excited for that.
Ooh,
Because
Okay.
I just started to watch
Yeah.
that this year, the first 2 seasons. I fell in love with it, and I've started to like more coming in age type of animes because it's more grounded, but also
Okay.
you could relate to it. So I've been getting very attached to this type of animes, and I'm excited for season 3. It got delayed. It was supposed to be this season as well in spring, but they got delayed for summer. So I'm very excited to see it, and this will be the last season with what the manga's gonna wrap up.
Okay. And what about the Weebologist, Ricky?
So for me, after doing a little bit of thinking, I think it's God of High School because like I said before in this panel, I truly believe that webtoons will pave the way for a treasure trove of brand new stories unheard of in the Japanese space. That, if these couple first shows slap, we're gonna have an incredible set of shows to come out the
Diaspora
next couple of years.
Shows
Yes.
from everywhere.
Nice word. Nice word.
Thanks.
But yeah, definitely God of High School. It looks good.
Is it
Story looks
diaspora or
great.
diaspora?
I'm in. I'm in for
Diaspora.
God of High School.
Nice.
Ethan?
Yes. So Burn the Witch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
right.
have to.
I can't
I have
believe we
to.
forgot to talk about this one, but yes. Yeah.
Oh, what is
I
Burn the
have to.
Witch?
It's
Bleach
basically
spinoff.
Bleach spinoff. And it was announced that it'd be coming out late 2020. So
Okay.
I am going to be very hyped for it. I love anything related to Bleach, so it's got to be my thing. But also God of High School.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, probably God of High School, and then just more SAO and more ReZero. You know, I'm casual
My
trash.
Isekai boy.
Casual
Isekai boy.
trash. Nick is not that casual. He just is memeing. He's literally not. He's not that.
No, dude, my top list is all like mainstream shit. Like I don't have, like I like Full Metal Alchemist. Gee.
What about you, Danny?
Well, the second half of Haikyuu and
Of course.
shut up.
No, I love it. I love it.
Basket, IQ, Inuyasha.
Nick, you be quiet on the floor. You stay on that floor. Yeah, I am interested of God of High School. You know, that looks definitely something that I would be interested in and everything. So and the second season of Baki, I'm so excited to watch now that it's
Immediately
in
when
the
we're done
States.
here.
Heck yeah. Like I'm watching
Oh,
it. I
yeah.
actually watched the first episode before we started.
Hell
So
yeah.
but I had to get ready, so I couldn't like pay attention, so I have to rewatch it again. But
Okay.
yeah.
For me, it's absolutely, other than like, I mean, God of High School, yeah, but I have to just say, just because I'm caught up in the manga right now, thanks to the guys at Project Manga who put me on, Jujutsu Kaisen, absolutely.
Okay, I need to do more research on Jujutsu Kaisen.
Magic
Same here.
Altercation, the anime, like
Ooh.
so fucking, it's fucking sorcery shaman battles, fucking exercising bitches, but like,
It's great.
I don't know, like,
recommend it.
and like, oh my god, so like fucking Nick.
Hello.
You know,
Anyway.
actually, you know what? Also, I'm hyped for the Demon Slayer movie that's coming.
Oh
out.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that's,
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a
Train
movie though.
or-
Movies don't. Danny, movies aren't people.
I am excited for that.
You're
but at
not
the same
people.
time, it's hard because that's gonna be released in Japan when it comes out, but we won't get it until next year though. So that's
Right.
I mean,
sucks.
it's
That's
still
like,
hyped though. I'm still
no,
excited
it's
for
still
it.
hype. But then it's like, okay, it's coming, but I'm not gonna see it until it comes down to theater or on DVD. It's like, sure.
Right.
Who knows when.
okay. I think we're good. You guys should hang out for the next panel though. Coming up, the next panel is going to be My Hero Academia Season 5 Expectations and Manga Future Theory with the Real Kid Otaku, Eniki Smash, and Super G in about a half an hour. Okay, so go check that out. Sub to the channel so you can get notifications of when everything is scheduled right now. So you'll get notifications when they go live. Super Smash Bros. Tournament later at 3 p.m. This is all Central Standard Time, by the way, okay? And then check out the links in the description for COVID Direct Relief Fund and Black Lives Matter Fund. So check it out. Shout out to everyone. That's Ricky and Ethan from the Weebology podcast.
Woo! Thanks
Me,
for coming to class.
your girl, Nick, and Danny from Anime Summit, and Legendary Vash from Anime Lately.
Yeah.
We love you and have fun
Fucking
at the
Nick
rest
on
of
the
the con.
floor. No.
He's full on the
Gang,
floor
baby.
now.
I'm gonna end this on the floor.
I
too.
am
I'm going to the
embracing
floor.
right
Yeah.
home.
Dude, Vash,